All right.
So we talking about Saturday morning cartoons.
Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, I'm probably the last generation that had them.
Yeah, it's nuts that they don't exist anymore. And I heard it's like some, just some hustling ass like paperwork that was filed. You know, some legislation that passed that got rid of it. It's terrible.
Yeah, horrible. I remember trying to wake up. The best shows for some reason came on like the earliest in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think they started like at around 6:00, and the good joints would be definitely between 7 and like 8:30.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if there's morning cartoons anymore because you got like cable and or streaming that would
Nah, it was
nothing like organized
like Saturday,
television programming.
You wake up and it was like the first time you woke up during the week and you didn't have to go to school. Like you still in your pajamas or whatever you wore. You would go out to the living room with the blanket still wrapped around you. That's when you would dig into that good bowl of cereal. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the cereal memories are associated.
And then you click it on and it's like booyah. Because when you went out to play that day, like it's just like, did you see it? Like, so there was so much like ritual in it, and like it just built everything up. So you knew that nobody was kind of knocking on your door at 8:00 because cartoons were still on.
Yeah, unless that's the friend that
Parents get them out early. Go outside and play.
Yeah, I didn't know that them cats was necessarily like in foster care and all that growing up. I just figured like you really wanted to ride your bike, like you was committed, like it's a work day. Why you knocking on the door at 7 a.m.?
Those same kids that were like, I just drink off the water hose, even though that had its place.
Oh, that water hose water was...
It was, for some reason, it was so delicious,
right?
Yeah,
that was all Gatorade. Like,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, I just remember some of the best Saturday morning cartoons being like... I was watching X-Men, the X-Men the animated series in the 90s. Yeah. Oh, man. I mean...
That was official.
Woo! I mean, because it was straight cut from the comic books. Like, you even could buy comic book cards, and on the back of the cards, it would say, okay, this is what's happening in the comic books right now, and this is what's happening on the TV, like what this character's doing in the TV show. Like, it was official.
Organized.
And the toys were coming out with them. Like, I mean, everything was, marketing was A1.
Yeah, it sounds as if, linking it to hard copies and everything.
Everything. It was just buy it all.
Do you remember Dungeons and Dragons? It came on like...
that's, man, it wasn't like... I think by that time, it probably had moved to like Cartoon Network when I was watching it, but I do remember Dungeons.
Oh, no, it was intense for a cartoon. Like, I can't remember it like off tops. I would have to try and, pull up a clip or something in the future.
Okay.
But... yeah, that was the joint. And then somehow Muppet Babies came on after it, and that was acceptable. Something, although it was mixing a little bit of dragon with your Muppet Baby.
Yeah,
that was an interesting get down, man. I mean, then you had your Thundercats, and that was weekday business.
Oh, that was, but Speed Racer was.
That was like in the 50s or something. And then they rebooted it.
They rebooted it. They sold it back to us. Say new package, man. No, I had Yu-Gi-Oh. Like it was straight like like anime had started kind of flooding into our Saturday morning cartoons.
Nice.
So a lot of our joints were like anime joints. And we weren't really calling it anime at that time. I think at that time they called it Japanimation. But like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon had dropped, like stuff like that was. I was a little bit older then, and we also had competing networks. I don't know if you guys did, but
no, it's like just a big like it was literally ABC handled all the majority, and then I think CBS had like a couple cartoons, and then it went to golfing or bowling, like that Saturday sports.
Yes.
That was crumbs.
Like not one of the big four sports.
Yeah, that was crumbs, homie.
No, we
and I think that was the legislation. They just started putting sports in the slot. And I think whatever they did, whatever legislation made cartoons have to be there in the morning, that got overturned at some point, and now it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Ghostbusters was killer.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, what?
Well, because I remember
killer.
Like DuckTales and Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I mean,
that was like a package deal. When Warner Brothers had kicked off.
But see, that's what I was saying about the networks, because you had like the Warner Brothers package that had like Batman the animated series on it, which was like, that was groundbreaking work. And it had like all the Warner Brothers cartoons on it. And then like somebody had the Hanna-Barbera package that was like, it was just like the Flintstones and all those cartoons that had came out. But then like Fox had came in like, we're taking everything. So Fox had came out with Spider-Man, the animated series. Like they had came out with X-Men. We had like, it was hard work because you literally had to like.
Sounds like Disney today.
Yeah, like ABC is owned by Disney today.
Oh, there you have it.
But yeah, we had literally like,
Disney is owned.
We had to flip between like 3 major networks. And then it was like some other network, like Cartoon Network, started sliding in Nickelodeon with like Doug and Rugrats. And then Cartoon Network had some joints on it too. And then even USA had like, they were actually more adult orientated. So it was like straight from like Image Comics, and it's like the Savage Dragon. And then Double Dragons was on there. And it's just like, so you literally are in the morning like, okay, what comes on at 8?
Wow,
okay,
that's
you
involved.
We was doing some flip backs, and then they don't let your sibling like try to. Well, I'm not watching that.
Oh no, that was tough.
It's like, come on now, like there's only one TV. Like that's not a problem nowadays.
Yeah.
Like,
none of this is actually a problem. And even like now that I think about like the exclusive Saturday cartoon. As much as just cartoons in general. I used to be like the after school. That's how you used to decompress as a young student. You feel me? Like you get home and you eat, you know what I'm saying, and watch a show or two.
You know what ruined that for me? The OJ trial.
Oh yeah, that
right. Like I came on one day and it was like, all right, like,
and that lasted forever. It seemed.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how long it really was, but in childhood, bruh, it was like almost half my elementary school year, like life was destroyed for cartoons.
Yeah, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's like you came in and it was just like doo-doo.
Every channel.
Like news. Doo-doo. It's the same thing. Doo-doo. Like TV broken, and we was watching the damn Ford, the Bronco. Like,
that race, yeah.
And it's like, okay, well maybe tomorrow. And it was like, no, it's still OJ. It's like
go ahead.
No, it's like then outside of that, my siblings, like I was still in elementary, and then they slid into like middle school, junior high, and they started watching like reality, like
real
Jerry Springer,
yeah,
Maury, like Jenny Craig, Ricky Lake, and it's like I want to watch this, and it's like an hour
of nonsense.
Let me get this 30 minutes.
And then that started taking over too. They just started pushing. Ricky Lake started at like 2 now. Like it was like
it used to be a block of it.
Montel. That's funny. Yeah, Voltron was hot.
Woo! Yeah, that was a definitely hot one. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Definitely up there. See, some of these I was looking at, I can't really remember. They're starting to blend together. Which ones came on Saturday?
Yeah, that was what I just started thinking too.
Because I remember Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, but I feel like that was a weekday show.
Yeah, that don't really.
No, because Tailspin and DuckTales or Scrooge McDuck was. That was good stuff.
I like that if we just going with the Warner Brothers joint. What was those animals that they had mad education about themselves? It was real edutainment. They were like Goofy's offspring or something. They were like
the Animaniacs.
Yeah, what were they?
They was just the Animaniacs.
That was the truth.
Oh, that was a fun show, man.
It was like knowledge,
and then they had like bit parts because they had like the pigeons that was based off the Goodfellas. Like it was mad fun, man.
Yeah, that was some clever writing.
Yeah,
and then the whatchamacallit Schoolhouse Rock, man.
See, I only got to see those in after, I guess, syndication.
Now, that was for real edutainment. Like, again, like somebody was thinking, like, you know, put something in there of some value. And when you play it back, like, you can actually learn about grammar, mathematics. Like, this shit was health, about government. Yeah, that's...
all your phonics and...
Give you some ground floor information,
like conjunction,
man.
junction.
Yeah.
And they
what's your
you
function, and then they'll go
the
on.
bill on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was informational, man.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
It was like they snuck PBS into
the morning cartoons, but it was so entertaining that I remember Captain Planet. Did you watch that at all?
Not offhand. I would have to.
It's very.
I mean, I'm from the Jetsons and
with the Jetsons, Flintstones.
Flintstones was killer.
Scooby Doo era.
Oh, easy. Now you speak about language.
I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those middle kids.
Yeah, that was killer.
Man, did you watch Fat Albert?
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't catch it on the I was too young. Yeah, but I definitely caught it by the DVD set. Like that's official music in there. And that was the thing with the with that Schoolhouse Rock is that they were like real musicians and they had real guest vocalists come through, like similar to Sesame Street. Sesame Street would like have whoever was official in that era come through and sing with Big Bird. Like got some star power features here. Like
Rick James.
She's a very freaking girl.
Yeah. Oh, this show right here, you might Mask.
I saw it on my list. I would have to look at the visual. What is Mask?
It's like these cats, like they wear these masks.
I think that
right now in the comic books, like there's like a combination of G.I. Joe, Mask, and like Transformers, like having a war.
Interesting.
Like, it's
I didn't rock with Smurfs if that's what you was asking me.
Nah, Smurfs always just it perturbed me because there was only one woman in the whole village, and even as a kid, I just like.
That was a lot on it.
It's like what was the one like with the snorkels, right? Which was like just like the Smurfs.
I kind of remember that.
they were the Smurfs when they were underwater, but they had more women. It made more sense. Like, but they had a crossover episode too. Yeah, I don't know. And here's one of my joints. Batman Beyond was.
I kind of remember that came on in the afternoons. It was like official.
Yeah, it first dropped on Saturday.
Oh, it was Saturday initially.
Yeah, it's like part of the Bruce Timm universe. It followed all the way from the Batman anime series, Superman anime series. But literally, it was when Bruce Wayne got old, and they just like, all right, new Batman, a new teenage Batman. That's what you. Hey.
Where did those whatchamacallits come in at, those Wonder Twins? Wasn't that like a
Super
series?
Super
Friends.
Or is it Justice League? It was like the same cartoon.
But that was
Super Friends.
It was hella cheesy but entertaining, man.
Wonder Twins powers activated.
Yeah, they would turn into one would be water.
Like, all he had was water.
Yeah, that was killer.
And his sister had all, she could turn into animals.
I remember Wonder Woman was in the cheesy invisible jet.
Yeah,
but it was still killer somehow. Yeah, it had its moment for sure.
Definitely. Now, one of mine for sure, and this is Dragon Ball Z. I first caught it on a Saturday. Then it became a weekly joint.
Nice.
When Cartoon Network picked it up. But I caught it like on, I forgot what network. And I just was like, yo, what in the world is going on here? Like, why is the earth shaking from these power-ups? And then, like, and anybody who watched it at the beginning before they realized what was going on, they thought two of the characters were the same. They thought Yamcha and Goku were the same. Nowadays, it's blasphemy to say that. It's like, didn't he just fight? But he's, what? He's just, but it was another part of, like, animation taking over everything.
Yeah, that's a good thing at this point for sure. But before the takeover, you still had like the 1940s cartoons. Your Bugs Bunny was hot. You know what I'm saying?
The good Looney Tunes.
Woody Woodpecker was hot.
I liked
Tom and Jerry was fly.
Yeah.
The first generation. I think they did it a couple times.
Yeah,
they even made them start talking at some point.
Yes, and in the originals, I think they did every once in a while. Like they had Tom sing a song, and it was like he was trying to finesse. But what joint was that? Damn, I had it on the top of my head. Oh, Foghorn Leghorn. That cat was.
The rooster. Oh, that's official. That's
come on.
And the chicken hawk, that little bird had an issue, man.
The huff. Oh,
that's killer.
Yeah, that was Looney Tunes was a win all the way. I just hated Roadrunner. I just thought that I didn't like that loss, man. I thought Coyote was
everyone like
and the mountains just fall and you stand in the middle. I was like,
that was crummy.
Yeah, that was trash. Same thing with Tweety Bird. I didn't like. I was
Snoop. Peanuts was overrated. I felt people loved it. I loved the specials, like
with the Charlie Brown Christmas special, and Halloween.
That got its place. It's just I think it was the only thing on in the evening. It was like an evening cartoon. It would drop like. Do you remember that reindeer stop animation?
I do. I have seen it.
Like,
yeah. It's like Rudolph, isn't it?
Yeah, it was Rudolph, and it was every
Christmas. No, I mean it will be this Christmas,
and it'll be to watch. Because it was like child oriented.
Yeah, the only thing you guys got was that the Charlie Brown, and I think the Christmas Story whenever that dropped. Like,
all the black and white movie.
Yeah, with the dude who shot the eye out with the BB gun or something.
I don't know that.
I don't know, but there's like a staple of like these. This is like Miracle on 34th Street. Even though
I know what you mean.
There's like a staple of just this is all you get in rotation.
What, you was a Care Bear type of brother too?
I had a Care Bear. No, did I have one or just I think the two older siblings had one?
My Little Pony got rebooted. For a new
you know
generation.
what? I know some people who really love that show.
No, they say it's killer now.
I wasn't that dude, but what was excellent was Teen Titans. Just for the new school.
I kind of remember that name.
Not this crap they got on right now because they keep dumbing down cartoons, but
better than Thundercats.
Yes. Like Thundercat when I go back home.
Thundercats.
Thunder.
That shit was killer. Anyway.
I just felt like with the new world view I have, it's like when you go watch Thundercats again, they had crash landed on this planet, and they're gonna tell the ruler of this planet that he's wrong. Like Mumra has been, Mumra is the ever living. He's been on this planet for years, and they crashed down, and they're like, "You're a villain." It's like it felt very colonial, like
yeah. Imperialism at its finest, huh?
Yeah, it was. I mean, everybody wanted that sword though, so you can like give me sight beyond sight.
Mr. T had a cartoon for a minute. That's how hot he was. Jackson 5 had a cartoon back in the 70s.
I seen it. I mean, it wasn't a syndication, but because Mr. T had the 18. And that was like...
that was the actual cartoon?
No, that was... I just remember the show.
Oh, no, yeah.
And
no, he was a superstar.
Yeah, he was winning and everything. Ooh, Bobby's World. I ain't seen that in forever. They had some other joints. Were you an underdog type of person?
Is that like the underdog had like a little
that mask on?
Yeah, like I kind
of might have.
I can't remember. It was a whole like you think like Hannibal. Yeah. Like it'll be like those. Yes, man. Yeah.
I don't know if this is a Saturday morning concert. You have to correct me if I'm wrong. The Wacky Races. Did you watch Wacky Races?
No, that don't sound familiar.
It was like all the Hanna-Barbera. You know what? It's probably where we got Mario Kart and like Diddy Kong Racing. Like it's like they combined a bunch of people from bunch of shows. That was like Hanna-Barbera, and then they put them in one show together, and they were like racing, and it was called like the Wacky Races. And always had a cat trying to like. He'd always be in the first place, but he would pause to like blow up the road and change the sign. So, but different people would win the race every time. He wouldn't, but
interesting.
It was.
I remember like Yogi Bear, like, and then there was also like
hey,
some.
Boo Boo.
Yeah, it was some stage left. Was he a panther or something? Pink Panther was interesting too.
Yeah, Pink Panther.
But there was like a stage left and
exit
like
stage left. Where every time he stole the picnic basket, and the ranger would come, he was like, "Hey, Boo Boo, I'm smarter than the average bear." Like,
no, I got that, but I thought that
exit stage left.
That was Yogi Bear.
I thought that was Yogi.
I thought it was another character.
It might have been, but I thought it was Yogi.
Yeah, that was funny. He was smarter than the average bear.
Yeah, he would have.
That's pretty killer.
Did you watch Heathcliff and the Cadillac Cats?
I liked Garfield as a comic book character,
but not really as a cartoon.
Yeah, I mean he had specials. Garfield had specials, but Heathcliff was badass though. He was like regulating on a regular.
Yeah, he was like a real.
No, he was gooning.
Yeah, he was definitely one of ours, man.
Fantastic Four pops up. I don't remember that too much as a cartoon.
A little bit, but not like I remember the cartoons that started to take over was like Rugrats. This is all Nick. Like, Nick started just winning. Rugrats, Doug, Rocko's Modern Life. It was All Real Monsters. Like it was. Now, what was fun? I think that was a weekday cartoon though. Tiny Toons Adventure. It was Looney Tunes, but it was like kid versions of them. And they added some extra characters into it, like a female rabbit and it was fun. It was good stuff. It came on like the same time in Animaniacs, and there was like one called Freakazoid. And wow, man! It was...
I remember Richie Rich was somehow like it had a place, man. Believe it or not, although it was hella cheesy.
I remember Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like
yeah. I like the music. I kind of remember that.
I was Now here's one show that was just. It's probably shouldn't have been for kids. Mm-hmm. It's called Gargoyles. I mean that show was the joint. Like we should not have been watching that. But I mean, people right now to this day want them to make a live action like movie of it. Like it's crazy. It was good. I mean, the storytelling was just so Bombay that it's good stuff.
All right, Geeks and Goons.